Assistant coaches, Chambers. Athletic trainer, Jay Corcoran. And let's not forget about the general manager, Mr. Corey Martin. Your 2025.
And here we are. Welcome, everybody, to the Den. Back again this season, 2025 season, home opener here on the shores of First Lake in Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia. It's your junior female Wolves versus the St. John Rapids as we get set for the Mi'kmaq Honor Song and our national anthem.
Before the opening face-off, the Wolves Lacrosse Association will honor the Creators Game by presenting the acknowledgement of Mi'kmaq territory and the Mi'kmaq Honor Song. Please, if you're able, rise and take off your headgear and direct your attention to the flags at the entrance into the arena for the presentation of the acknowledgement and the honor song.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Prior to the singing of our national anthem, the ECJLL would like to acknowledge that the land on which we gather is the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people, and
And there we go. Thank you, Jason Mullen, our Master of Ceremonies and announcer here at the Sackville Arena as we get set to take on the Wolves versus the St. John Rapids here today. St. John coming up for a road game as their record is 1-1, and they're looking to ruin the Wolves. 3-0 on the road so far this year to start off the season. Wolves looking to extend that to 4, and the St. John the Rapids have different things in plan. My name's Larry McVicker. Larry Cherry, as the Pee Wee kids call me. And we're getting set here to start us off real soon for a great season, another great season of Wolves lacrosse. Coming to you. As always, I'll do my very best to let you know when your favorite player is on the floor. As starting off would be Hovey for the face-off. Got it. Hamilton, Dyer, Van Bilzen, and Hamilton out there. Here we go. Loose ball. Picked up by Hamilton. Wolves coming into the offensive zone. Hamilton holds up. Passes over to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen up top. Quick pass over. Dyer will take it up off the boards. Dyer cutting back to the middle. Dyer in with a shot. And finds the back of the net there. Dyer with a quick one down the middle. And starts the Wolves off early at 19:36. It's a 1-0 lead. As got the goalie going side to side. As Scaplin was looking to have that one back. And back to center we come as Dyer will take the face off. Hamilton, Hovey. Another Hamilton. Elder and younger. As back Dyer. Battle for the face-off. Van Bilzen takes it to the boards. Van Bilzen comes up with the ball. As the Wolves back on offense again. Pass across to Hamilton. Hamilton takes it down low to the corner. Hovey sets a pick. Hamilton back up top to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen fakes the shot. Cross. Shot by Haas, and that's up and out of play. And we'll be coming back across. Now, the Rapids coming back down. Pass off to the boards. Rapids down low to the corner, looking to roll out. Pass across. That gets away as Maggie McRae and AP out tonight. Takes that one. McRae coming down. McRae legging it out. Cross to James. Just missed her basket. James takes it off the boards. James now. Pass across up to the top. Mullen with a hard shot in. Rebound! And picked up and in. That looked like it was Coffin. Is that number 10? Off the rebound. And in the back of the net. And boy, oh boy. Wolves are striking it quick and early here at 18:37. It's now a 2-0 lead. As the Rapids are sent back to center court. Hovey, Hamilton, Dyer. Hamilton and Van Bilzen. Family affair, this lacrosse team. As Hovey carries it in. Hovey trying to drive in front of the net, and she gets pushed into the crease, and it'll be a crease violation. Free ball to the Rapids. As the Wolves put out the defensive specialist, we got Hamilton, Calder. Coming out. As Rapids got 10 seconds to get out of their half. As the Wolves are pushing them in hard. Now the Rapids pass across. That's off the glass. And Hovey picks that one up. Hovey looking to get Dyer in behind. Dyer, one to beat. Dyer in with the shot. Saved by Scaplin. Oh, and it slips through the wickets. Oh, my gosh. As Dyer with her second goal. And we're not even 2 minutes into this game. As it's now a 3-0 lead for the Wolves. And the Rapids sent back again to center. Here we go. Hovey in. Not a fair drop. And that'll be Rapids ball. Rapids number 18 passes it off to the glass. 4. Bouncing ball back up over center. And that's going to be called down. You can't take the ball back over center. As Hamilton in quick. Hamilton with a quick shot. Scaplin with the save. And Haas tried to knock it right back in. But out of play it goes. Now, Rapids send that down, knocked down by Jenkins, picked up by younger Haas, over to McRae. McRae having a great underager in, shot, scores! Maggie McRae, our minor player, taking the place of older sister Lily, who's injured, unfortunately. But Miss Maggie's taking full advantage of her call-up to the juniors and finds that into the corner. And boy, 17-36, and it's already a 4-0 lead for the Wolves. And back to center we go as Dyer in for the face-off. Van Bilzen picks up the loose ball. Van Bilzen coming in. She's checked, holds on to the ball, shot, and scores. Oh my gosh. This is all slanted heavily to the left of me here is the Wolves. Van Bilzen, the wily captain. And I think we've got a timeout coming to the Rapids as they're looking to reset. The 5-0 lead is Lacrosse is a game of streaks, but boy, oh boy, this is starting off. That's so I think our announcer, Jason Mullen, he's catching up on the goals here as they're scoring faster and he can announce them. As good problem to have if you're the Wolves, but the Rapids, they're regrouping and they'll come back again as I'm sure they will. As I said, it's a game of streaks. This yeah, Jason, you're about 3 goals behind on the announcing there. But like I said, good problem to have as part of the Wolves. Not here tonight for the Wolves, actually, is Finley McPherson and Elle Dietrich, who are at the prom. Can you imagine? Like, where's your priority, girls? So, Elle and Finley, I hope you're having fun, getting your pictures taken right about now at the Public Gardens. And the other player we're missing tonight is Lily McRae. I think younger sister Maggie's looking to take your spot there, Lily, but Lily's unfortunately injured, and we can't wait to have you back. Change in goal is, looks like Kat Garland will come in to give Scapelin a little bit of a rest. As where Scapelin didn't have a lot of the Wolves coming in hard to start off the game. Here we go, back to action. Hamilton working hard on the Rapids. The Rapids, that comes back up over center. And free ball, and here's Dyer coming in. Dyer hard down the middle. Dyer with shot. That's just wide. As picked up by 15 by the Rapids. I got to get my numbers down for these guys. As the Rapids short quite a few players today. They got about 6 APs on the team. Pass that across. Number 3 in the Rapids. Going to the ball off the boards. They battle for the loose ball. Rapids keep control. 4 seconds left in the shot clock. That's knocked down by the D in front. And Calder will pick up the loose ball and start off the Wolves. Calder, defensive specialist, gets it to Martin. Martin out there with Wilkie, Harker, and James. Martin cuts in. Martin with the shot. That's just wide. Mullen comes up with the loose ball. Mullen. That's that back to Wilkie, but that's off the mesh. And a free ball to St. John as the Rapids hustle down the floor. Rapids hold up. Pass that one off. Rapids down low immediately. Being attacked there by Hannerhan, who's become defensive specialist this year. Hamilton in to help. Hamilton comes up with a loose ball for the Wolves. Back across center. Hamilton with Hamilton coming in. Coffin, Haas, and James join the party as Haas rolls away. Haas looking set up. 15 seconds left in the shot clock. Off to Dyer, fresh off the bench. Dyer runs into a wall, holds up. Dyer circles back up top, is back under 10 seconds. Dyer in with a shot and saved by Garland. Sends it to the corner as Coffin in to pick that up. Wolves get back into control as Haas looking to get it to Coffin up front. That's knocked down by the Rapids. But Dyer still able to come up with it. Dyer rolls back up top, pass across. Shot in and scores. Dyer got the pass across to Haas, I believe. And the underhand shot. You got to get the goalies moving, and a nice job by the Wolves. As the extended offense continues at 16 minutes remaining in the first period. It's a 6-0 lead for these Wolves. As we're back to center court again. Hovey in it. Hayward pushing the Rapids to the corner. Rapids coming out from the corner. Hayward with a nice chop there. Knocked the ball free. Into the corner it goes. Rapids come back up with the loose ball. Rapids, number 2, sets a nice pick, but 3 can't get out of that corner. Rapids again. I'm going to have to look more, try to get some names for these players from St. John. But illegal contact, free ball, and the Wolves able to run it out. Pass up to Harker. Harker coming in. Harker steers to the outside, waiting for the rest of the offense. Hovey in to assist. James. Harker rolls back up top. Back down to the corner. Hovey in tight. Shot. And Garland got a piece of that one to the corner. Picked up by Mullen. Mullen rolls back up top. Mullen. Pass across to Hovey. Hovey takes a shot, and that goes wide. As Hayward and Mullen in after that. Mullen comes up with it. Mullen still in control for the Wolves. Pass across just over Hovey, and a nice pick up by St. John as they're coming back in. It's number 15. Ball knocked free. Loose ball. Rapids still in control as 26 comes up with the pass across. Now, the Rapids slow the play down, setting up the offense. Going to the corner, roll across the top. In with the shot, saved by Martin. Kayla Martin has not been busy, but sharp on that one. As and Martin. Pass quick up to McRae. McRae across the Coffin. Has a nice transition on the Wolves. Coffin in. Nice shot. Nicer save. Rebound. Another save by Garland. As Wilkie will take it out from the corner. Wilkie rolls up top. Gets a pick from Dyer. Wilkie. Pass across to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen across the top. And it looks like we got a penalty coming. Or illegal contact. Moving pick. Take your pick. But it's a Rapids ball. As Dyer, Van Bilzen, crafty, pops it free. Van Bilzen up with the shot. In. And Van Bilzen catches the corner and gets another one for the Wolves at 14-11. Turnover deep in the Rapids zone. And just like that, once again, it's a 7-0 Wolves lead. I'm starting to lose track of the score here, and man, we're only a few minutes into the first period. Hovey in for the face-off. As the Rapids trying to get out. Pass off to the corner. And Dyer comes up with it. Dyer puts on the speed. Dyer hustling down. Gets in. Shot. And a good block there by number 17 on the Rapids. Loose ball. They battle for it. As Martin picks it up. Martin. She gets chopped. Ball knocked free. As the Rapids now heading back down over center court. Martin comes back with a big hit into the boards. And comes up with the ball, but I think they're going to say it was a little bit from behind, a cross-check. As Bryn Martin will head to the box. Yeah, okay, that was on the numbers, yep. That's the great thing about second sight and being able to see these things in the review. So Martin will head to the box. 2 minutes for cross-checking is the call. And the Rapids on the 5-on-4 advantage. As Daly passes it off to Hatfield. Back up to Daly. Daly in with the shot. Big shot. Bigger save as Kayla Martin got the arm up on that one. Ball went out of play, so it'll be Hatfield will start it off from the corner for the Rapids. Hatfield up top to Bailey. Bailey over to the corner. Back down low. That was back up to Bailey. Again, over to Hatfield. Hatfield comes across looking for... Oh, it was a good play, but didn't quite catch the pass. As Hamilton brings it back down the floor. Minute 20 left in the Wolves penalty as Hamilton will be happy to kill off the shot clock here. Hamilton slips out of the check. Hamilton passes it down low. Back up for Haas. The younger Haas holds on to that. As time running out, Haas sends it back down into the corner as the shot clock will expire and under a minute remaining in the Wolves penalty as Garland picks up the ball for the Rapids. Rapids bouncing ball up through center as number 7 with the ball for the Rapids. Back to the corner. Back up top again for Hatfield. Back up top for Hatfield. Over for number 7. Cross. Looking for a way in, but just can't quite compete that last pass. As, oh boy, here comes Dyer in all alone. Dyer, fake shot. Saved by Garland. As ball went out of play, free ball to the Rapids. As we're heading back up over center. That's Corrigan. Passes that one off. Rapids get the rest of their on the power play. 5-on-4 advantage Rapids. To the corner, Rapids rolling out with the hard shot, and Martin holding that angle. Makes the save. Loose ball to the boards again. That'll be a legal contact. That'll be a free ball to the Rapids. As we're back to 5-on-5. 26 for the Rapids. That was Mills with the ball. And Hatfield sends it back into the Wolves territory as the shot clock ticks down. Now number 7, that's Adams in after it. Wolves pick it up behind their own net. Enter. The offense sets up. Van Bilzen stays on with the offense. Pass that across, trying to get it to Mullen. She had to switch hands. Mullen back up with it. Mullen pass it back down to the corner as the shot clock about to run out. Hovey in with the shot, and Garland makes the save and keeps it in the crease. Good job by Garland. She's those goalies, if you're in their face, they're not afraid to put the big stick right into you. Now Martin takes the ball to the crease. Martin airmails it down the floor, giving the Wolves a chance to make the full change. As Coffin in after the ball. As it's like the goalies are just playing pitch and catch here as side to side. Garland sends it up. As number 9 trying to get around Wilkie. Wilkie chops the ball free. Into the corner it goes, and the 10 seconds expires. A free ball as Wilkie rolls out from the corner. Wilkie up top looking for Coffin. Nice job off a post. As a loose ball into the corner. As the Wolves crash looking for that ball. Garland pulls it to the crease. Gets the free ball for the Wolves. Garland from the nets. Airmails that down. Hamilton will pick that off. Hamilton quickly back. Up for Harker. Harker trying to get around the two-tone shoes. Puts that across. Now. Dyer. Try and roll off a check. Dyer cutting in. 3 on her, and she still gets the shot away. But Garland there to get the chicken wing save up and puts it up out of play. Ball to the Wolves from the corner. Wolves down low. Harker and causing some issues as James takes it back up top. James pass across just out of the reach of Dyer. Loose ball in front as that'll be picked up by number 3. Rapids sending that down as big hit there by Hayward as Calder protects the loose ball to the corner. Hanrahan in to help, as well as McCray as they battle for that loose ball. Still ball bouncing loose as Hanrahan will come up with it. Hanrahan for the Wolves. Coming back down the floor as the offense comes out. That's passed over to Mullen. Mullen, Haas, Hovey, Coffin, and Wilkie out for this one. Up to Wilkie. Wilkie coming down the slot. Wilkie passes that off, looking for Hovey. That's just out of her range. As a loose ball into the corner. 5 seconds left as Mullen. Now Martin in with the shot. Gets the reset. Coffin right in there. Another save by Garland. Coffin now from the corner. Coffin rolls up top. Coffin coming in tight. Shot. And another save by Garland. And no, that was bounced out of play. Free ball to the Rapids. Coffin got a piece of that one. Broken stick in the middle of the floor. Somebody's going to have to pay for that. As Coffin comes up with a loose ball. Coffin rolls off a few checks. Passes over to Hamilton. Cross. Back to Hamilton Sr. Down low. Hovey looking to find a way. Hovey in with the shot. Saved by Garland. And she'll hold on to that. Man, oh man. Rapids goalies have been busy tonight. 7-0. The Wolves lead. And once again, coming in again. Hayward. Hayward all alone in behind. Hayward's shot. And just missed. Here we go. And the ball up and out of play. Free ball. As 17, that's Allen. Will carry, looking to carry it out as Van Bilzen forces the play. Aaron pass all the way down into the zone. That's picked up by Dyer. Back playing defense as pass up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen holds up, keeping the Rapids honest as Van Bilzen waits for the rest of the D to come on. Behind the back pass over to Hamilton. Nice pick set by James. Right and tight for Dyer. And crease violation. Still a nice save by Garland on that one. 6:42 remains in the first period. 7-0. The Wolves are leading over the St. John Rapids. Now the Rapids looking to get some offense going here. There's a loose ball as Hannerhan, or that's Jenkins causing some issues for them. Picked up by Haas. Haas, quick pass up. Coming down the floor is Hannerhan. Hannerhan holds up. Passes off to Mullen as the offense comes on. Mullen looks to split a few defenders. Mullen in tight. Mullen, shot, scores! Mullen able to split the D and gets a clear ride right to the top of the crease, and the ball's in the back of the mesh. At 6:09 remaining in. It's now an 8-0 lead as we get a little timeout for the goalies to get some water. And with that, I'd like to let you know this game has been sponsored by Uniglass Plus. We got 2 locations in Dartmouth and Halifax for all your auto glass upholstery and detailing needs. Thank you to Uniglass Plus for your sponsoring, making this able for us to bring this to you on Maritime Athletic Profile. And I hope you're having half as much fun as we are bringing this to you, because it's a great game, this game, lacrosse. And what a great job the Wolves have done here so far. They got to be, Coach Avong and crew must be happy as we're working this away. I see some repairs going on down low. This even the assistant goalie gets a job to do, fixing sticks. As we get going here today, we'll split it. We'll switch ends. Or no, we're not switching ends. Sorry, this is just a TV timeout. My God, it's like my first day. So, just over 6 minutes remain in the first period, and it's been all Wolves so far. As we get set to go. Rapids with a little bit of a reset here. Garland, number 19, coming up with some big saves. It's no shot clock here, but it can only count. I can't count how many, shots the Wolves have had, but I can only count one. That so far is, and Miss Martin was perfect on that one. As St. John looking to get some offense going here. As Hovey will be in for the face-off for the Wolves. That was McKinley at the face-off for the Rapids. Loose ball now picked up. Hamilton flips the ball up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen looking to get a pass to the younger Hamilton. Van Bilzen up with the loose ball. In and just knocked down. I think the ball went into the equipment. So it'll be a Wolves ball from the corner in the offensive zone as Hayward comes on to join. Dyer. Pass across off the boards. And Garland had to make the save. The errant pass came off, ricocheted off the boards and right in on goal as Haas fighting in along the corner. As now Rapids come up with it. Haas still causing some issues down low. Now the Rapids trying to come out, but the Wolves very aggressive. As a loose ball, and that's going to expire the 10 seconds to get out of your zone. And Hovey will start off the Wolves from the corner as the Wolves change up the offense. Hovey looking for find a lane. Back up top for Mullen. Mullen back low for Hovey. Hovey has to recollect that ball. Hovey in. Hovey looking for a low shot and a nice ankle save there for the D as blocked that shot. And Rapids come up with the ball. Hayward in with a knock. 13 coming down. Hayward staying with her all the way. Shot. And can't quite get that one through. Morrison picks it up for the Rapids. Rapids looking to get their offense set up. Pass that across for Adams. Adams back across, but that's picked off by Hayward, I believe. Hayward coming down. Hayward looking for get the pass across. Coffin will pick that up from the boards. Now Coffin looking to roll it back up. Coffin cross for a quick one. And Wilkie got the shot away, but that was a crease violation. Good save all the same by Garland. As we're back again is Wilkie. Causing all kinds of problems for the Rapids trying to get out of their own zone, and time is ticking down as Desjardins could not get away. Desjardins with the two-tone shoes. I'll try to remember her now. As it'll be a free ball. Hayward passes that off to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen out there with Mullen and Dyer. Coffin and James. Dyer in for Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen cutting in, and she gets sent to the floor. As I think that's what the Rapids need is a little bit more physical play down low, and didn't quite catch the number of that delivering. Bouncing ball goes, and it goes up and out of play into the Wolves bench. As Hamilton will start us. Hamilton, Haas, Hamilton. Van Bilzen's already out there. Van Bilzen cut in again, shot. That goes wide and bounces up and out of play. As once again, the Rapids now, 44. Good run down, 44, rolls off a few checks and passes off, heads back to fresh legs out for St. John. St. John held up good there by Hamilton. Can't get the shot away, and the ball bounces free, and here's Haas hustling down the floor. Nora Haas has a free lane to the net. Haas drives the shoulder. Haas in with the shot, and it's saved by Garland. As Haas drops the shoulder and drops the player. 66 gets acquainted with the boards as Bryn Martin picks that one up. Martin slows it down. Martin over to Mullen. Mullen rolls off a check. Martin gives a pick. Down low as Hovey re-gets control. Hovey, 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Off to Martin. Martin to Dyer. Dyer rolls off a check. Gets a little bit of a moving pick, I guess. And free ball to St. John as St. John takes the opportunity to get down the floor quickly. St. John just can't complete that last pass. As a bounce off Brown and a free ball to the Wolves. Coming back the other way. Up to Hamilton. Hamilton takes it across center. Wilkie James joins the party as Hamilton passes down low to Coffin. Coffin rolls across. Coffin with a shot. Saved by Garland. As Desjardins blocked the shot. Now Garland passes that one up. Bouncing ball into the zone as Hayward hustles back after it. Hayward up with it. And the Wolves back on the offense again. Up to Hamilton. Hamilton Pass down low to the corner for Coffin. Coffin looking to drive in. Desjardins putting the stick on her, keeping her to the outside. And the ball comes back up and over center. That should come back to St. John. Yep, up and over. It'll be a St. John ball in Wolves territory as Haas, Hannerhan, Jenkins, our defensive specialists come out. St. John starting from the corner. Bumped right away, gets a nice pick. That's number 7, Adams, back over. Loose ball to the corner. Picked up by Hatfield. Hatfield rolls back up top. Back to Hatfield, but they can't quite connect the handoff there as Cadence. Haas comes in. The elder, Haas. He'll collect the ball. Haas across to Van Bilzen. That pops out of her basket. Loose ball into the corner as Hovey and Van Bilzen head in after it. Up across the top, Van Bilzen, shot! And a big save by Garland coming across. He'll tuck that one down. Garland airmails that all the way out to center. Loose ball. McRae coming after it. Now picked up by Dyer. Dyer quickly up as Hovey will take it. Hovey heads towards the net. Quick shot. That's up and over. Wide. Picked up by 13. As back up the floor. McKinley for St. John passes that one off. And that will do it for the first period of play. So after one period of play, it's all Wolves, 8-0. As they'll head to the forced intermission, and we'll head to some words from our sponsors. And after that, we'll be joined by Captain Benta Van Bilzen for a little interview before we get to the second period. Thanks everybody for watching, and we'll be back to play in just a couple of minutes. welcome back, everybody. I've got Bente Van Bilzen here with me, the captain of the Sackville Wolves. Thanks for coming out and talking to us, Bente.
Not a problem at all. Thanks for coming out and live streaming, doing all the chatting.
These guys are doing all the work.
Well, you got the commentary down pat, so.
Oh, thanks. So, I want to ask you about, so this is your senior year, right?
Yeah. Sadly.
And so I was introduced to this last year and everything, and the seniors last year was Lexi and Delaney.
Yeah.
And my first games with them, they dropped the gloves. Do you have any plans this game?
You know what? If the opportunity comes up, I'm not going to turn it down, but I don't fully see the point unless something comes up.
Okay, fair enough. But honestly, like, so this is your senior year. You've watched this team grow over the years. What's your thoughts on this team and your junior career to date? What?
Just the growth within the girls. Like, I've never played with a team that's more dedicated and just like really willing to work.
Well, that's awesome, and it's obvious on the floor. And you know, you're starting off 3-0 this season. We hope that this continues, and you're off to a great start this period.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know, this is your lacrosse season here with the EC, like, in the East Coast Junior Lacrosse League.
Yep.
Do you play in lacrosse outside of this league?
I do. I kept myself pretty busy in the off season. I had the chance to play for the Thousand Island Spirits at Laxnai in Utica, and then I got drafted to the WALL to play in Ontario for the Blazers, and we ended up coming out with the win. So I definitely have been keeping myself busy out and about.
Well, that's awesome, and it's like it really shows on the floor. Like, you've got the leadership, you wear the C with pride, and I gotta say, like, from the other players, like, you're a true leader out there, and we got to thank you for that.
Thank you.
And we've seen you're a mentor to players, you coach as well, and you're a great role model. And
Thank you.
I just want to say, as a parent, as a fan, thanks so much for all the work you do.
Thank you. That really does mean a lot.
All right. So that's your captain this year, everybody. Thanks a lot, Bente. I know you got to tell them.
I got to go pump them up.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you so much.
And welcome back, everybody, to Sackville Arena in lovely Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, as we get set for the second period to start here of your Wolves versus the St. John Rapids. We've switched ends, and we'll see if the floor tilts both ways here as we get set, because it's an 8-0 lead for the Wolves as we head back out there. I'm Larry McVicker. Larry Cherry, as the Pee-wees called me, and we get set here for the second period to begin as the Rapids are looking to get back into this game as number 8, I believe that's McKinley, is at center for the Rapids. And here we go, Hovey working against there. Hayward comes up with it. Hayward coming down the floor, who will be our guest for the second intermission. Pass that across over to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen puts a shot in, saved by Garland. In goal. As Van Bilzen comes back up, fresh 30 on the clock for the Wolves. Pass across for Dyer. Dyer in with the shot, that's wide. Picked up, Hovey, shot, that's deflected, up and off glass. As Dyer keeps it in the zone. Dyer, pass across for Hovey. Hovey with the shot, that's deflected into the corner. Mullen comes up with it. 6 seconds left in the shot clock. Mullen in with the shot, saved by Garland. Rebound, picked up now. St. John hustles up over center. St. John sent hard into the boards by Van Bilzen. Picked up by 44. 44 driving to the net, shot, and that's using your head, Martin. Martin, another save. As Kayla Martin tested early here. Now Dyer hustling down. Dyer all the way in. Dyer in tight, shot, and that goes wide. Bouncing ball. Martin had to grow about a foot to catch that one. James up with the ball. James slows it down, setting up the offense. Up to Coffin. Coffin comes across Coffin, trying to weave in. Doors shut. Coffin cross to Wilkie. Wilkie with the shot, saved by Garland. And that went up and out of play. That'll be Wolves' ball as Wilkie will start us off from the corner. Wilkie. Pass to Martin. Just can't pull that one down as the Rapids come back up with it. As 18 for the Rapids. She's all tied up by Martin. James rolls off a check. Now James looking to get around the corner. Ball pop free. James still looking to get control. Bouncing ball. James back up with it. Assistant captain James passes that off to Hamilton. Hamilton slows the play down. Hovey, Harker, Hayward all in to join the party. Hamilton in with the shot. Saved by Garland. And that's in the equipment. Goalie Garland will pick that up. Hannerhan comes on to backstop as Hayward making a real pain out of herself for the Rapids. Now St. John forced back by Hamilton. Hamilton's going to keep her going, and it got a little high on that one. She's going to get called on that. Should be a high sticking call, I would imagine. Yep, there it is. As Hamilton will head to the box with 17:24 remaining in the second period. It is an 8-0 Wolves lead, but the Rapids will go on the power play. 5-on-4 advantage for hopefully the full 2 minutes as Dyer, Hovey, Hamilton, and Haas out for the penalty killers. Up to Hatfield. Hatfield over to Adams. Adams looking to come in for the shot. Adams backdoor, and oh, it's a no goal. And number 4, Morrison. That was a beauty goal, but you can't have your foot in the crease when you make the shot. That's a loose ball picked up by Hatfield. Hatfield coming back out. Rapids, even though that was a no goal, they're quite happy about that one, and they should be. That was a well executed play by the Rapids. As Adams passes off. Adams up top. Crossover. Now Adams again looking back to number 4. Number 4 wants to find that back of that net again. That's 14 actually. And a save by Martin. Martin much busier so far in the second period as Hayward up with the loose ball. Hayward gets the pass off quickly to Dyer. Dyer down in below for Wilkie. Wilkie driving to the net. Wilkie Gets the shot, and Garland comes up with the save. As Hayward comes in with the hard hit. The stick goes flying. And we got an illegal contact, so that'll come to Hayward. 43 seconds remain in the Wolves penalty. As Hayward will hand that off to Coffin. Coffin. Being pushed to the outside by Corrigan. Coffin. Happy to kill the shot clock, but now Corrigan comes up with the ball. Corrigan in behind. Hannerhan off the bench. Coming in to try to cut her off. Corrigan in. Push to the outside shot. Saved by Martin. Here we go. Mullen from the corner. Loose ball. It looks like 7 got Adams limping a bit there. She's staying on. That's good to see. But the Rapids will start off with the free ball. Oh, we got another penalty go on that one. Missed that one. I have to see on the replay there. But 5-on-3 advantage for the Rapids for a few seconds. Back up to 11. 11 is missing a player. Now back to 5-on-5. Shot. That gets deflected wide. Now 5-on-4 is the advantage as the power play continues for the Rapids. 2 minutes for slashing to Mullen is the call. Thank you, Mr. Mr. Mullen, for the address there. Help me out. Knocked down. Loose ball picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton gets it up over center now. Hamilton. Quick pass into Haas. The elder Haas takes it to the corner. She takes a bump. And that'll be an illegal contact. Free ball to the Wolves. Minute 12 remaining in the Wolves penalty as Van Bilzen slows it down. Van Bilzen hustles around up top. Haas sets a bit of a pick. Van Bilzen takes it down low. Pass across. That's blocked by 17. That'd be Allen that got in the way of that one. And now here's James taking a bump, protecting the ball. Loose ball. James still chasing that around. And it looks like we've got a cross-checking call coming against the Rapids, I believe. Or is it... we'll see who heads to the box here. Number 8, McKinley, will head to the box for the Rapids. It will be 4-on-4 for 42 seconds. 14-16 remains in the second period. It's an 8-0 Wolves lead as Dyer starts us off from the top. Dyer off to Van Bilzen. Cross for Wilkie. Wilkie down low for Hovey. Hovey in with the shot, saved by Garland. Wilkie comes back up with the ball. Hovey, low shot, and that's just wide. Ball bounces off the back of the net as 18 Garland. The younger Garland after the ball, but Hovey comes up with it. Hovey gets a pick. Hovey in. That just went wide as she gets knocked down. But that comes back up to Dyer. Dyer puts a long shot in, and Garland able to control that one, sends it to the corner. As the younger Garland puts the Wolves into the boards and got a whistle down low. Just an illegal contact. It's now 5-on-4 for a minute for the Wolves on the power play. Up, cross. Shot in by Hamilton. That's up and over the crossbar. Rapids come up with the ball, but chopped free as Dyer comes up with it. Dyer over to Hovey, shot! And that's saved by Garland into the corner. Picked up by Mullen. 5-on-4 advantage Wolves. Mullen passes up top. Back to across to the corner for Van Bilzen. Down low Hovey. Van Bilzen. Across to Dyer. Dyer looking for a lane. Puts a shot in and is saved by Garland. Oh, that was wide. As now the Rapids able to pick up the ball. Rapids looking to come out as Dyer is setting up a wall there. Pass up by the Rapids to 17. 17 comes up over center. 17 rolls in. 17 hits the net, shot, and it's saved by Martin. Rebound comes back out, but that's Van Bilzen will come up with it. Van Bilzen, she's tied up as the Rapids are trying to get some clock in, but looking to get up to McRae. McRae now on offense. Hustles in after that ball, but Garland able to pick that up. The goalie Garland looking for some options, sends airmails it up. Looking for McKinley. Knocked down by Van Bilzen. That's Calder, actually. Battle for the ball. Is Hayward looking to pick it up. Rolled into the Wolves zone. Calder back in after it. McKinley on the forecheck. As it heads in, Jenkins puts a little bit of a buck. McKinley, number 8, doing a good job on that. And the shot clock expires. And it looks like it'll be Rapids ball deep in from the corner. St. John up top to Adams. Adams trying to get away from a checker. Pass back into Hatfield. Hatfield will have to take that off the boards, but no, that's picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton with a quick out to Hayward. Hayward coming in all alone. Hayward looking, shot, and a big save by Garland. And Desjardins puts Hayward to the floor and behind the play. Back to Hayward again. Hayward hands that off to Mullen. Mullen from the corner, back up top. But Hamilton will have to recollect that as Hamilton keeps it in, but it was off the hand, so free ball at Hamilton. 44 slips through for St. John. 44 able to keep control of that ball as Hamilton's all over. Knocked down by Dyer. Ball still. Dyer comes up with the ball, but sent to the floor. McRae now rolled into the corner as Calder will pick it up. Calder has an open floor coming across center. Calder passes up to the younger Hamilton. Then we got Hamilton, Martin, Mullen. Haas in with the shot. That's blocked in front. Haas again. 5 seconds remaining in the shot clock. Illegal contact with a free ball to the Wolves. Harker comes in to join the offense. Pass up top for Hamilton. Hamilton puts a shot in, saved by Garland. Ball bounces off the backboards. Garland comes up with it. Garland pass that up. But younger Hamilton comes up with the pass. Back into the corner. Hayward in after it. Picked up by number 3. That's Corrigan. But now loose ball and illegal contact. Be a free ball to the Wolves. As it looks like Hovey will come out from the corner. Pass across for Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen. Backhand pass to Hovey. That goes off the boards. As James hustles in after it, but Garland comes up with it in the crease. Garland, quick pass up. James knocks that one down. Bouncing ball as Van Bilzen trying to collect it. Van Bilzen comes up with it at half. Van Bilzen rolls off a check. Passes that down for Hovey off her stick into the corner. Hovey comes up with it as Corrigan lays a stick on her. James now comes up with a loose ball. James looking for options. Cross to Dyer. Dyer. Martin looks to set the pick. Martin set the pick again and cross. Hayward up top. Hayward shot. And another. That bounced up and out of play. Oh, that was a save. 3:30 on the clock. Fresh 30, I should say. As Hovey trying to drive her way in. Martin sets the pick. Hovey recollects that ball across to Hayward. Hayward coming down the slot. Shot. Another save by Garland. Man, she's been busy tonight. Martin. Cross. Dyer. Loose ball as the time's ticking. Martin just trying to get it deep into the zone, but that comes back out and over. That'll be Rapids ball. As we got our goalie timeout halfway through the period. And with that, I would like to say thank you to McLeod Lorway Insurance. Is one of our sponsors for this production here on Maritime Athletic Profiles. McLeod Lorway Insurance, coverage, care, and commitment. Your insurance broker, here in Nova Scotia. Actually, I got my insurance through McLeod Lorway as well. Imagine that. They're also on the boards here. You'll see them quite a bit around the rinks, in the area, in the community. So thanks again to McLeod Lorway Insurance. As goalies in lacrosse, they don't get the back of the net to set their water bottle on like you see in the NHL or in any other hockey. So, and goalies deserve water too, you know, as we get someone here. Speaking of which, Miss Martin has been quite busy in this second period, standing strong and perfect so far with 8:04 remaining in the second period. It's an 8-0 Wolves lead, as I believe we've not had a goal scored in the second period so far. But here we go, the crew coming out to change that. We got James Hannerhan, Hamilton, and Hamilton set for the Wolves. Starting us off is number 4, that's Morrison, who thought she'd scored the lone Rapids goal, but that was called back for a crease violation. 26 comes up with the ball, kept well to the outside by Hannerhan. Or that's Jenkins, sorry, Tori, there's Hannerhan. As Hannerhan bounces in, Hannerhan in behind the D, Hannerhan in tight, shot, and it's saved by Garland again. Garland coming up with these big saves. Pass across for Coffin. Coffin looking for a lane, doesn't find one, turns back. Coffin, pass across for Mullen. Mullen to the outside. Hovey in, Hovey with the shot. Another big save as Garland kicked that one out. That's back up over center as off the save, so reset the clock. Fresh 30 as Hovey coming back in. Hovey looking to set up. Cross for Mullen. Mullen puts it down low. Looking for Wilkie. Wilkie looks for a lane. That's closed. Wilkie pass back up top to Hamilton. Hamilton in with the shot. Big save as Garland and controls it within the crease. Garland sends it up. Loose ball. As picked up by McRae. McRae cutting across. McRae. Door closed. Passes off to Dyer. Dyer, Harker, Van Bilzen out there for the Wolves. I think we need one more. There's Hayward, comes on the joint. Save, and the ball goes into the corner. Picked up by Harker. Harker rolls out from the corner. Just a little high for Hayward. Hayward now picks that one up. Hayward, pass across for Harker. Harker in with a hard shot. Saved by Garland. And we got a legal contact. It'll be a Rapids ball from the corner. Van Bilzen right on her. Van Bilzen caused all kinds of issues for the Rapids. The Rapids finally get it up, but that goes all the way down as Hayward pick up the loose ball. Hayward rolls off a check at the boards. Hayward rolling down the boards, gets out of harm's way. Oh, she was looking for Haas in behind. And the ball is picked up by the Rapids. McKinley. McKinley runs into a wall at Hayward. Now the loose ball coming up over. Rapids make it up over center within the 10 seconds. Now 44 for the Rapids. Rolls off a few hits. Lays in the shoulder, pass to the corner. As Hatfield has to chase that one down. Hatfield comes up with the ball. Rolling up top, 6 seconds left. Shot in, saved by Martin. Hatfield will pick that back up off the boards. Hatfield now rolling back up top. Jenkins making her life miserable as Hatfield sends it back in and can't get the shot away. What a great job by assistant captain Hamilton. Up top, shot, and they score. What a good pass. And that's number 7, Adams, finally finds the back of the net. As St. John's been pressing the entire second period, and the lone goal in the second period is courtesy of the St. John Rapids. I think that was 26 that got that pass across, which would have been Mills. From behind the net, tough for a goalie when a pass comes from behind the net, and then the player on the doorstep, puts one home. And it's now 8-1 with the Rapids on the board. Dyer in for the faceoff. Loose ball. Dyer. Wolves win the faceoff. Dyer heads into enemy territory. As Dyer passes that down to Hovey. Hovey looking for a lane. Hovey in tight shot. And Hovey answers back in back of the net. I believe that was Brenna Hovey. And what was a quiet second period as we got back-to-back goals within seconds apart. And it's now the Wolves regain their 8-goal lead. 9-1 with 4:35 remaining in the second period. As we get Garland versus Dyer at the faceoff dot. Dyer. How she keeps a hold on that ball. Dyer in tight. Dyer with a shot. Garland stands her ground. There'll be a crease violation there as Dyer's tiptoes were in the crease. Here we go now. Rapids trying to work their way back. No, good job as Hovey comes up. Hovey in all alone. In behind, Hovey coming in. Fake shot. And a save by Garland. Hovey collects her rebound off the boards. Looking for Coffin, but that gets by, and that will go down the length of the floor. As McRae comes back in after it, but that'll be an over center, free ball. As 44 will take it. That's Miss Gilmore. 44 in tight. Shot, that goes wide. 26 will pick it up off the boards. Hatfield sets a pick, 26. Up to 14. 14 with a hard shot. Good save by Martin. McRae gets the loose ball. McRae passes that one. Airmails it all the way down the floor. Looking for Wilkie. Wilkie coming in now. Wilkie in hard. Wilkie. Shot. And Wilkie with the big fake and the lobs it in the far corner on the half fake shot. And called up to today's game. Number 71, Kat Wilkie. That's the second AP to get a goal today, I do believe. And now it's a 10-1. As the second half of this period is where all the goals are being scored. 3:32 remains in the second period. 10-1. Your Wolves lead. As it be McKinley versus Dyer at center as the Wolves send the Rapids back to a faceoff. I actually like that where there's Dyer rocking out to the music, but we got I like that where the ref comes and asks the player who made the assist to make sure we get the assist on the game sheet. It's not all about the goals, it's about the team. Here we go. To the boards. Working hard is Corrigan. Corrigan. Turn aside by Dyer. Pass back up across. Adams. Adams up with the ball. Pass down low to the corner for number 2. I believe that's Hatfield. Pass knocked down by Van Vilsen. Hatfield comes back up with Hatfield. Low shot. Doesn't make it through. Loose ball picked up by Adams. Adams looking in tight. Shot. Nice save by Martin. As they're looking to go up and over the shoulder, and Martin slammed the door on that one. Quick transition up to Hanrahan. Hanrahan chases that one down along to the boards. Loose ball comes up. Dyer on the doorstep shot, and a save by Garland. Rapids looking to come back the other way. Number 17 muscles her way through. That's that one off. Loose ball. Jenkins knocks that to Hanrahan. Knocked out an Adams stick by Jenkins as they're looking for that loose ball. As the shot clock ticks down, 10 seconds remaining as the Rapids get control. And it's shot in by number 4, it's Morrison. McRae picks up the loose ball. McRae rolls off a check from Hatfield. McRae up over center, looking to get it down low. Just got in behind Haas, bouncing ball in behind the net. As Rapids retake control, pass up. Rapids, McKinley coming in. McKinley's got a half step in, but nice job by Hamilton. Forced her to the outside and covering the angle was Martin. as she's not quite sure where it is in the equipment, and she's not moving until that whistle's blown. Ball is always live until the whistle's blown. 1:45 remains in the second period. 10-1 is the Wolves' lead. Bouncing ball, and that into the penalty box, out of play, as the Rapids will start from center. Rapids pass it back down low as Hayward gets in the middle of that. Hayward now working along. Hayward slips along the boards. Hayward rolling off a few checks as Mullen comes on. Hayward to Mullen. Mullen, cross shot by Hovey, and big save by Garland. Loose ball in front. Hovey looking to get it up and over, and that's bounces up and out of play as 66 will start off the Rapids back down the floor. Rapids looking to set up the offense. Final minute remaining in the second period. Hatfield knocks that away. Adams. Hatfield with the ball. Jenkins keeping her to the outside. The rookie Jenkins. Defensive specialist right in. Shot in and saved by Martin, and she'll hold that. 44 seconds remain. Martin will pass that one up. And that one bounces up and out of play. It'll be a Rapids ball with 38 seconds left. As Corrigan up over center. Pass that across. Looking to catch the back door again. Didn't quite connect with number 14. That's Brown. Pass into the corner. 26 comes up with it. That's Mills. Mills rolling up top as looks like we'll get a holding call against McRae as Mills was rolling across up top. McRae went for a little bit of a Kate Brenton sleigh ride, and she'll head to the box. At 10 seconds remaining in the second period, it's a 10-1 Wolves lead as the Rapids will once again go on the power play. 5-on-4 advantage as Hatfield will start off the Rapids. They only got a few seconds. The Rapids would love to get one before this period ended. Hatfield, but Wolves are not allowing any lanes. A shot at the buzzer. Nice save by Martin to end the second period. So with 2 periods completed, we'll head to the second intermission. It'll be a 10-1 Wolves lead. But we'll get some, we'll have a short break. We'll get some words from our sponsors in, and then we'll be back with our second intermission interview with Miss Isa Hayward. So we'll see everybody in a couple of minutes. Well, welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Izza Hayward, one of the rookies on the Wolves this year. Nice to have you here, Izza.
Thank you.
So, I got to ask you, you were one of 2 players protected by the Wolves in the draft this year. How did that feel to be coming into this team?
I was super excited. Just coming to a group of girls that already have been playing together. I was really nervous. Didn't know if I was gonna blend in with them, but I'm pretty happy with the team now. And it was pretty special being the only 2 out of the big group of girls selected for the 2008. I'm glad to still be a Wolf. I've always been a Wolf, and I was pretty nervous if I was gonna be something else.
No, and that's awesome. And as my mother-in-law would say, you fit in like a dirty shirt. It's it's a great job. I've seen you. You've been on the starting line a few times.
Yeah.
And you've been producing too, it's great to see. It's great for the fans. And how do you feel coming from minor to junior? What's the difference felt for you?
It's definitely a lot more fun being a junior. You feel a little more special. Pre-game, you're doing the on-floor warm-up in just helmets and gloves. Even just the little things make it special. Today's our home opener, and our room's all decked out. We got our names and our numbers above our lockers. It's pretty special. And just skill-wise, it's a lot more different. You're getting away with a little more things, and it's a little more. It feels a little more.
No, you wouldn't get away with anything, would you?
It's just a little more. The level of play is definitely different, and your momentum's a lot more hype and everything.
Well, that's awesome. And it is another level up from minor. But at the same time, you've handled it well. I've been watching you for years, and yeah, you haven't got away with everything.
No.
Over the year. And good luck to you. I know you're trying out for Canada Games.
Yeah.
And how's that process going, and how are you feeling?
It's pretty good. I'm really liking the group of girls that's left now. It's been we've been trying out since September. It's been the process has been long, but hopefully it'll pay off. I'm really liking, we're getting into a little more real team things with nutrition and bonding, dry land. So the team's coming together, and the team that's left is going to be strong.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, thanks a lot for taking some time out.
Thank you. Thanks,
Go
Larry.
back and join your team,
Yeah.
and best of luck in the 3rd period.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks. and welcome back as we get ready for the third period here at the Sackville Arena in lovely Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, on the banks of First Lake. As we get set here, the Wolves are up 10-1 as we get set for the third period. I want to thank Miss Van Bilzen and Miss Hayward for giving us some interviews during the intermissions. After the game, don't go away. We'll have the post-game interview with General Manager Corey Martin on the state of the Wolves Junior A female team, and I'm going to ask him a few questions about the league and what's the future of this and how can we see more of it. As we get set here, I'm Larry Cherry as I go by, as we get set for the third period action, as I believe that'll be McKinley and Dyer will face off. St. John opting for 3 players back in the defensive zone. As we get set here, it's a 5-on-4 advantage for St. John as McKinley goes in. Van Bilzen using body position, comes up with it for the Wolves. Pass up to Dyer. Dyer. Rapids quickly get the defense out there. Dyer holds up. Looking at some options. She's got Hamilton on either side of her. As looking to kill off as Corrigan tries to get the ball away, but Dyer cross for Hamilton. Hamilton in tight, gets a shot and scores. A little bouncer up into the corner. As it'll be a shorty for. Yes, I believe that's Abby. Yeah, Abby Hamilton. Sneaks one by. 30 seconds into the third period, and it's now a 10-goal lead for your Wolves. 11-1 is the score. The Rapids still got a minute 20 left in the power play. 5-on-4 advantage Rapids. As number 18 comes in for the face-off. That was Garland. Hamilton in again. Abby Hamilton gets another shot, and then the elder Garland makes the save. Is coming back down the floor are the Rapids. But they ran out of time as the 10 seconds expires. 1 minute left in the power play as Dyer picks that one up. Dyer slips in. Thank God she's got the neon head on the, makes it easy to pick her out. Back to Nora Haas. Haas drops the shoulder as Haas not afraid to be physical. But now the ball is in Rapids' hands. That's 15, brings it into the zone. That's O'Brien. Over to Adams. Adams passes that down low. In with the shot is number 11, saved by Martin. And picked up, I believe that's James, hustling back down the floor. James held up by the D. She'll circle back as Hovey and Coffin come in to help. James cross, just in behind Wilkie. Wilkie now has 6 seconds left. Wilkie across for Hovey, but looks like there was a crease violation. It'll be a free ball to the Rapids as the Hannerhan, Jenkins, Hovey, and there's McRae fresh out of the box, pops the ball free. Maggie McRae, well rested, throwing out some hits. Ball goes down into the corner, just over Jenkins' head. Hayward, hustle back down. I think Hayward might have a future in broadcasting there. Great interview there by her. Here we go. Cross is Hannerhan. Drives her player to the boards. Adams sets the pick, set the Rapid free. McRae right in there. Over to Hatfield. Hatfield looking for a lane to get a shot. Kept to the outside by McRae. Hatfield now trying to cut backside, and McRae knocks that one free into the corner. Under 10 seconds left in the shot clock as Hayward works in, but we got an illegal hit, so number 7, Adams, will start off from the corner. And right away, Hayward on her. 26 Mills came in with a good pick. Now, Jenkins fighting off. Loose ball back to the corner. Jenkins in after it. Jenkins comes up with it. Another rookie for the Wolves. 3 rookies on the team, I believe. It'll be Jenkins, McVicker, and Hayward. As illegal contact, free ball. That's up to Hayward. Hatfield now. Hatfield for the Rapids. Slows it down while the rest of the offense gets. Hatfield in tight. Hatfield with a shot and a toe save by Martin. Here we go to the corner as Hanrahan looks to drive the ball back up. Corrigan looking to stop as the loose ball sent across. Picked up by 14 as she'll pop it in there. That was Brown. Steered to the outside by Martin as Hamilton working down Hanrahan. Keeping the Rapids tied up. Get it back up to Adams. The Rapids still up with the ball again is Morrison. Morrison cross for Hatfield. Hatfield, low shot. That goes wide. Picked off the boards by Hamilton. Hamilton looking to catch Hovey coming off the bench. That rolls into the zone. Picked up there by number 14, Brown. Hovey in tight shot and nice save by Garland, although it was a crease violation either way. Free ball. Number 17 will carry it down. That's Allen for the Rapids. Pass across to Mills. Back over to Adams. Hard shot in. Off the post was number 44. That was Gilmore. Was that one? As McRae wins the race back into the zone. Good job, Maggie. As McRae up to Harker. Harker slows it down. Pass back up to Mullen. Mullen retakes control. Mullen pass across to Hayward. Over to Hamilton, but knocked out of her stick. And coming back on is Gilmore, who just hit the post. Gilmore working in. Hayward coming in with air, and Hayward knocks the whole stick and everything free. Gilmore still sends it towards the net as Jenkins hauls her down. Hayward comes up with the puck. Too many players with H in their name. It's up to Martin. Martin looks to drive in. Martin around the D. McKinley. Martin in tight. And she takes it around behind the net. Pass out to Van Bilsen. Van Bilsen shot saved by Garland. Coming over to the side. Wilkie after that loose ball. Desjardins over to McKinley for the Rapids. Now the Rapids were trying to work out of their zone as James causing all kinds of issues. Ball pop free. James comes up with it. James looking to get the pass down to Wilkie. Wilkie slows it down. Resets the offense. Fresh 30 on the clock. Has a bouncing ball picked up by Coffin. Coffin looking for a lane. Rapids keeping her to the outside. Coffin tries to cut back in. Still kept to the outside by McKinley. As James rolls off the boards. James in. That pops out of the basket. Oh, sorry. That was Hamilton. Coffin turns, fires. That went wide, and that should be the buzzer should go here, as that'll be a shot clock expired, and it'll be Rapids ball. Trying to come out of the zone is Corrigan, I believe. Up over center. Corrigan looking to get in tight shot, and that goes wide. As Brown just put it wide. Picked up Van Bilsen. Haas set the pick. Van Bilsen looking to find Hanrahan in behind. Hanrahan coming in all alone. Hanrahan right down. Hanrahan shot and saved by Garland. Rolling ball. Oh, and it went in. Hanrahan. Goalies hate those spinning balls when they hit the floor. Haley Hanrahan in all alone in behind. I think she got the pass from Van Bilsen, who found her. Able to get that in the back of the twine at 13-12 remaining in the third period. It's now a 12-1 lead for your Wolves. As Hovey, Van Bilsen, Dyer, Hamilton, and Hamilton. Hovey versus McKinley at the center. Ball comes out right onto it. It's number 17, but control comes to Hovey. Passes off for Hamilton. Hamilton rolls off a hit. Now Hamilton. Or that's Van Bilsen, sorry. Van Bilsen. Pass looking back to Hovey. Gets it over to Harker. Harker will take that into the boards. Looking for that loose ball. Ball popped loose again. Harker from the corner. She's got 12 seconds. Get the shot on net. Van Bilzen up top. Van Bilzen, hard shot, and that's a Corrigan. Absorbed that one to block it. That's a shot by Dyer, but that's picked up by number 17, Allen, coming down the floor. Hovey driving her hard to the boards, and Allen doing a good job. Tightrope walking the center line, not going back over. Now Dyer hustling back. Corrigan. Dyer gets in behind. Dyer in tight, and crease violation. Is, I think Dyer's tired. She's taking a rest there. As takes a little skid on the floor, and I think Kat Garland's having a little laugh at her there. As these players, they compete hard, but they enjoy the game, I tell you. 14, Brown. Taking it in. Brown gets around the corner. Brown in tight shot, and she hits the post again. I tell you, Martin, that's all she gave her. As here we go, McKinley trying to come back in. McKinley pass across for Hatfield. That comes off the boards. Picked up by Mills, I think. Yep, Mills cycles up top. Pass over. As Morrison has to recollect that. I think we should have a little, yeah. I see a high sticking call coming here. Kind of thought that was coming. As the Rapids will head to the box at number 11, Daly, I believe, is the one heading in for a high sticking call. And the Wolves, oh, it looks like, yeah. Sorry, high sticking call to the Rapids. And the Wolves will go on a 5-on-4 advantage as Abby Hamilton starts off the Wolves. That's off to the corner, down low. Back up to Haas. Haas, back to Hamilton up top. Coffin in motion, right in for Coffin. That's nice set play, and ball just went wide. But you like to see those set plays, as that'll pay off later in the season. As 15 will start it off. That's O'Brien. Coffin in, chops a stick and ball and everything. Coffin comes up with the ball, gets around McKinley. Coffin, pass to James. James in tight shot. And what a save. That was a crease violation anyways. Garland coming up with some big saves here. Later in this game, McKinley. McRae. Let's look on her, and Coffin again chops the ball free from behind. Ball comes up over center as the Rapids trying to get control of this. Free ball again, Hatfield. Now coming in for the Rapids. Rapids short-handed, trying to kill time as the Wolves pressing the play. Hatfield takes it down low, a couple seconds left in the shot clock. Hatfield lets the shot go, is after the buzzer, and it was wide. That's Hamilton. Well, play it back down. Hamilton passes up for Dyer. Dyer brings it in as the offense comes on. We got Mullen, Hovey, Van Bilzen, and Hayward for the Wolves on this 5-on-4 advantage. 52 seconds left in the power play. Back up to Van Bilzen. Van Bilzen up top to Dyer. Dyer over to Mullen in motion. Over to Van Bilzen. Hard shot, saved by Garland. Mullen again. Another shot in. Blocked there as Dyer put that one in, and the Rapids D able to stand in front of that one. Those bruises are badges of honor when you're on the defense here on the penalty kill. Down low for Hovey. Hovey back up top for Dyer. Dyer in with a low shot, and then, oh boy. Number 3, that's Corrigan's feeling that one off the ankle. Another block shot, though, as the Rapids have to be happy with their penalty kill here. That will be it for the shot clock. And the Rapids will get back control with the 9 seconds remaining in the penalty. And we'll go to their TV timeout here, where I'll happily say thank you to our sponsor, Uniglass Plus, for sponsoring this production of the Wolves Junior A home opener. Thank you, Uniglass Plus. Because otherwise it would just be me talking on a cell phone, but you get the full production value here with we got the replays and everything going. Thanks to Maritime Athletic Profiles for such a great job they do, and all the camera angles and everything. Makes me look good. You only have to listen to my commentary. It's the only cost for it. And you know what? If you don't like it, you control the volume. As we get set to go here today, as the goalies will get a drink. And it looks like maybe we'll get Scaplin will come back Looks like we might get a goalie change for St. John. I see Scaplin coming back out. Lila, I believe, is her first name. Is being a goalie parent, the goalies all get to know each other. I believe both Garland and Scaplin have both represented their province in New Brunswick at nationals over the years. As the officials blow the whistle, and we'll get back to work here. 12-1, the Wolves lead with 9:41 remaining in this game as we get set to go. 9 seconds remain in the Rapids penalty. It's a 5-on-4 advantage. I believe it'll be Rapids ball as number 15 will come to take it. That's Miss O'Brien for the St. John Rapids. Here we go, Dyer and Van Bilzen team up, knock the ball free. Mullen comes up with it. Mullen, we got all kinds of players in. Van Bilzen gets the shot in on goal. Hovey, another shot. Oh, Scaplin didn't get much of a warm-up or rest there as Wolves right back in on it. Turns and fires. Scaplin makes the save. Dyer. That was a rebound, so it's okay. She picks it back up over center. Fresh 30. Pass over to Mullen. Mullen down low for Hayward. Hayward cross for Hovey. Hovey gets that. Hovey gets over to Van Bilzen. She cycles out. Saved by Scaplin. Now Hovey again. Puts the shot. That's just wide. As Mullen up over her head, and that bounces up and out of play as the Rapids will get the free ball. 8:45 remains in the third period as Van Bilzen causing all kinds of trouble as the countdown to the 10 seconds to get it out, and that expires, and it'll be Wolves ball. As, Martin will come out and collect for the Wolves. Now Martin passes up for Coffin. Coffin. Ball deflects. We got a ball in. Coffin moves her way in, gets it, and another save by Scaplin. Now a steal by Wilkie. Rapids able to get that back, but Hayward, as she says, it's a much rougher game at the junior level, and she's well built for it. Pops the ball free and gets it back. Passes that off for Hamilton. Hamilton rolls off a check. Hamilton gets a nice pick from Coffin. Hamilton right in, shot, and that gets deflected into the corner. Nice block there. 66 now coming in to collect it. That was McCauley. But she gets knocked down. It'll be but illegal contact. Free ball is 44. Gilmore will pick it up for the Rapids. Gilmore trying to hustle out. Gets up over center. Gilmore looking for a path into the net, but runs into a Haas. That stopped her dead as Gilmore looking for another route back in. Passes across, gets Mills coming across. Mills and AP showing great future for the Rapids here as Adams tries to, but that's picked up by Martin. Martin passes off to Haas. Haas quick up to Hovey. Hovey sees a wall of Rapids and holds up. Now Hovey comes across. Hovey with the shot and the save by Scaplin. Now Van Bilzen holds up again. Gets a nice little pick by Wilkie to create the lane, but the ball goes up and out of play, and that'll be a Rapids ball. As Corrigan, but Van Bilzen, Scaplin takes a big hit there as a goalie. You can't play it out of your crease and expect not to be hit. It looks like she's good. She's back up into the crease. Hamilton passes that up. And that bounced up and out of play as the Rapids, Hatfield. Here's the hit. Oh, my God. So that's a tough one as a goalie, but you got to know where you are. And if Benta sees you, she's going to hit you. As she said, she doesn't plan to drop the gloves, but if it happens, it happens. Here we go. Bounce up the floor, up to James. James picks that up back into play. James over to Martin. Martin rolls off a hit, gets a nice little pick from Coffin. Martin looking for a lane. Martin. That blocked in front. Somebody's going to feel that tomorrow as Mullen picks up the loose ball. 5 seconds left as Mullen's blocked as well. I got to say, St. John has picked up their defensive game. It looks like we got... It'll be Wolves ball as Hayward will start off. Hayward cross to Coffin. Coffin, low shot. That's just wide. Rebound off the boards. That's up and that's back over. As it'll be Rapids ball. Hayward will leave it there as defensive core comes up. Calder, Haas, McRae, and Jenkins, I believe. Rapids come up, pass across for Hatfield, but that's off. That picked up by McRae. McRae, she's away. McRae in behind the D. McRae up over center. McRae fakes the outside shot. And a save there by Scaplin. McRae, minor player, called up the play today. She's got 1 goal already. She's looking for another. Here we go. Loose ball. Knocked up. And Wilkie comes up with it. 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Back for Hamilton. Hamilton in with the shot. Gets the shot clock reset. Nice save by Scaplin. But Desjardins almost got away with that one. Back to Hamilton. Hamilton passes across. Catches on the move is Wilkie. Wilkie shot. Nice save by Scaplin. And that went out of play. So Haas will start us off for the Wolves. Haas from the corner. Passes that one up for Hovey. Hovey rolling up top. Hovey find the lane. Shot. Scores. Hovey able to absorb that hit and step into the open lane and finds the back of the net with 4:45 remaining in the third period. It's a 13-1 Wolves lead, but was it? When you look at the start, the Rapids have gotten better. I guess the car legs have gotten shaken off. But once again, the Wolves able to find the back of that net and send the Rapids back to center as we got Dyer and McKinley in the center. Loose ball. Dyer comes up with it. Now Dyer able to roll out. Dyer over to James. That's just over her head. Ball off the back. Picked up by number 39. Haven't said your name yet, Miss Corrigan. Dyer comes up with it again. Dyer in tight. Dyer shot. Scores. Dyer on the turnover, able to catch the back corner. Here we go on the replay. Dyer, as she always, able to fight off while controlling that ball and finds the back corner up over the shoulder. Not much Scaplin could do on that one. 4:18 remains in the third period. 14-1 is the score as the Wolves lead. As number 18 will take the face-off. That's Garland. Not a fair drop. And it goes. Rapids will start off. Now, number 4, Brown passes that one across. That was Morrison, sorry. Mills. Mills and AP today doing a great job for the Rapids. That was, we got a penalty coming here. It looks like a cross-checking call. And I believe that's going to Ms. Van Bilzen as she'll head to the box. And the Rapids will head to the power play with just under 4 minutes remaining in the third period. It's a 14-1 Wolves lead and a 5-on-4 advantage for 2 minutes. Has Hatfield. That's it. Adams back to Hatfield. Back over. Back to Hatfield up top again. Hatfield looking for a lane, and the Wolves doing a great job blocking all the lanes. Now loose ball. Into the corner it goes. As the Rapids able to pull it back up again. Hatfield gets it back up. Over, shot! And that's a save by Martin. Adams got the shot away. Back up by Mills. Mills over to Hatfield. Hatfield with the shot. And Martin makes the save, and she's holding herself out Now Haas. Oh, ball popped free. Mills almost came up with that one now. All the way down as Martin was in behind, but bouncing ball got by her. Martin takes it to the corner. Martin up with the ball. Gets it back out to Wilkie. Wilkie to Martin. Two underage players doing a great job in this penalty kill. Over to Dyer, and Dyer puts the shot that's blocked and goes wide. As the shot clock will expire, it's a free ball. And Gilmore will bring it out for the Rapids. The Rapids put the offense on. Gilmore carries it into the Wolves territory. 35 seconds remain in the power play for the Rapids. Pass that one off to Adams. Adams rolls back up across. Back to 44. It's Gilmore in with the shot. And a save by Martin. Picked up by Haas. Haas looking for Hayward. That got by, and here's McKinley coming back in for the Rapids. McKinley will hold up, set up the offense here with 5 seconds remaining in the power play. Down for Hatfield. Hatfield looking for 11. That's Daly in with the shot. Good play, but a better save by Martin. Back to 5-on-5 as Adams passes it over to Hatfield. Hatfield rolls off. Nice job by Hanrahan. Stripped the ball away. Here's Hayward in all alone. Hayward on the breakaway. Come in. Fake shot. And a save by Scaplin. And Corrigan makes sure she... oh, Hayward's still down. Got that hit. Is trainer out right away. So I think Hayward went down awkwardly after getting the check as she was in the shot. As we saw with the goalie Scaplin in the shooting motion, that's when you're the most vulnerable. So with 1:31 remaining in the third period, it's not what we want to see is they're attending to Wolves player down. 14-1 is the score. The Wolves are leading as I think this game's going to, hopefully by the looks of it, it's a cramp. The trainers are working with her. We get a rest to go here. Just to remind you, is stick around after the game. We'll have a post-game interview with General Manager Corey Martin of the Wolves. We'll see, get his take on this team, what they're looking for this season, and a little bit of history about the team in the league. There she is. She's up and moving. That's what you want to see is players come off on both legs. As there's our two interviewees of the game so far, is Van Bilzen and Hayward. And I gotta say, Jason Mullen, our MC here, he always has the best music for every occasion as you go. So come on down to our next home game. You know what? I should have looked to see when that was, but you'll find it here on Maritime Athletic Profiles, I'm sure. As we get set to go. Rapids pass up. Loose ball as Jenkins chases that. McRae into the corner and bumped by Mills. For the Rapids, picked up by 44. I believe that's Gilmore. Ball popped free. Good job by 44. Her shot just going wide. Calder chased it, but that's up and out of play. That'll be Wolves' ball. Played by Hanrahan. Hanrahan gets it up to Haas. The elder Haas. Haas holds up. I think the Wolves will be happy just to kill off the rest of this clock as James takes control of the ball. James passing that over. Down for Harker. Harker in with the shot. And a save, and the ball is still loose. Good job by the... I think that was number 26, Mills, scooped in and kept the ball from rolling across the line there. As that's a good competitor. Keep playing right to the end. Allen bring it in. That shot saved by Martin. Martin, she's got it pinned in the equipment. Now let's go again. 20 seconds remaining. Martin sends it up to Wilkie. Wilkie, an underage player there, helping us out today. Over for Martin. Martin back to Wilkie. And they're just going to run the rest of this clock down with the final seconds. I think everybody, St. John included, happy with that. Make that a final, everybody. It's a 14-1 Wolves lead and the perfect season continues. It's a 4-0. 3 wins on the road and the home opener win for the Wolves. Well, thanks everybody. Thank you for joining us. Don't go too far, as after we have a short break, we'll be back with Corey Martin of the Wolves. And we'll ask him a few questions about the team and learn some more stuff. But as always, thanks for the production crew here at Maritime Athletic Profile. And, of course, our sponsors for making this production. As always, I hope you had as much fun watching it as we had bringing it to you. We'll be back in a few minutes, everybody. Thanks a lot. Hi, everybody, and we're back post-game with Corey Martin, General Manager of the Sackville Junior A Wolves Female Lacrosse. First off, congratulations on a 14-1 win over the St. John Rapids today, Corey.
Thanks, Larry. Girls came out strong, that's for sure. And then St. John's picked it up in the second there, and then we finished her off in the third. So, good result.
No, good stuff. Corey, I'm gonna say I was gonna get you to explain to everybody, but honestly, you'd be explaining to me too. Is like, where did this? I saw on the website the team started in 22. But can you give us a little bit of history of how this league became and how this became a team?
We've been thinking about obviously the expansion of the girls' game since the numbers have been growing exponentially over the years. And then with Canada Games 3 years ago, there was a group of girls that were coming up that were really looking for that competitive league to play in. So it started the conversations with the East Coast Junior Lacrosse League and with a couple other franchises, and went through the bid process and so that's kind of where it started. Just a couple guys just chatting about the growth of the game and kind of put the work in and got it done in 2022.
Yeah, so that's awesome. And then you got your expansion team last year. The Dartmouth joined the league.
Yep.
So it's a 5-team league right now. And It's great to see New Brunswick coming over and that. And it's like, and now where do you want to see the league go from here? Like, what's the next plan? Or
well, it's not wholly up to me, but my vision that I see for the league is continuing to provide that high level. I think when you look at the minor system in Metro Minor now, and you look at the U13 group that has the Valley in there now, and there's 7 or 8 teams at U13, and there's the numbers that are coming up that are going to sustain the league, and possibly, I mean, you look at, do we expand to another team? Do we look at Junior B? It's all about the timing and making sure that we have everything lined up for that. But I think this league has kind of set the tone for the rest of Canada. When you look at the U22 division in other provinces, I think they're starving for that, and I think we've kind of been at the forefront to build this league and put up a professional kind of atmosphere, and with the Maritime group and with you, Larry, and obviously the product on the floor. I think eventually I'd love to see a club championship, a national club championship like the Minto Cup, where the girls have an opportunity to represent Sackville and Fall River and Bedford and play against other club teams at the national level.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Like that. I know one goalie that would jump at that right there. You probably have one too that jump at that. Well, and what's the hardest thing about running a team this year? Like, what's your top challenge in the league right now?
Off the floor, it's always finances. So we've got some great sponsors that come to the forefront every year and support us, whether it's streaming sponsorship or just supporting the girls in general with the expenses of the league, which obviously can grow with travel and other things. So off the floor, it's always, looking at those community sponsors, allowing us to continue to provide an opportunity for the young athletes to reach new levels. On the floor, it's always trying to find the right mix. We have so many great players that come through the Wolves organization that it's challenging to fit them all into a team dynamic. So every year we're looking to see the pieces that we might be missing and understanding that we can't keep them all. We'd love to keep all the Wolves and allow them to continue to play with the Sackville organization, but we're happy that they're in the league. There's lots of great players that are supporting other franchises now, and that really, at the end of the day, was what it was all about, is providing those kids a spot to play. So that's a challenge on the floor, is trying to find the right mix when we only lose, like even this year, we're only going to lose 2 players. And so we got the Canada Games group kind of ready to go, moving up next year. So it's a big draft year for the whole league. On the floor, just trying to fit everybody in and finding that cohesive team.
Oh, great. Well, it's, you and Catherine have done so much for Wolves Lacrosse and growing the female game. I got to thank you for that. Like, it's my daughter's, she's benefited so much. But the question that came up when I was going to interview you is, like, what drove you and Catherine to, like, have you been lacrosse fans all along, or what brought you into this game? What about this game has your passion in it?
Yeah, I think it was a couple different factors. So my father grew up in Ontario. My dad coached lacrosse, so I was around lacrosse. My mom never let me play. It's too rough. But I was always around it. My dad was coaching, and then when we moved here and the girls started getting into sports, it was right around that 17-18 when we hosted the Nationals. And we kind of saw the product that was there, and we kind of fell in love with the game. And our daughter, like Kayla, had just started playing. She's playing with the boys, so we just we knew we had to try and get involved and grow the girls' team. And we get a lot of the accolades, but there's so many people that over the years have been there to support both the Sirens, the Wolves, and just the female game in general, from parents that, just like yourselves, that your kid had a great experience and you've shared that out. And that's really what was the driving force with the growth of the female game in Sackville was, we really focused on the athlete, and the parents saw the value there, and their kids loved the sport. So I kind of just just kind of fell into it a little bit. And but like I said, there's been some great parents and great supporters. Steve Brown with the Wolves, it's always what can we do to support you guys and on the female side. So a lot of people have been instrumental in the growth. But yeah, I kind of just fell in love with the game in 17, 18 here, and saw that the girls there's an opportunity to really push it.
Well, great. Well, thanks so much. Thanks for taking some time out.
Thanks, Larry. Appreciate
thanks for
you,
all
buddy.
you do.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time. Thanks a lot,
Absolutely.
everybody.
Yeah.
Next home game, check us out here. Thanks.